It's the beginning of November, but it's 70 degrees this week here in northern Ohio, which is amazing. There are combines all around me harvesting the fields, and that's actually what my husband and son are doing right now. So I thought this would be a great time to do a fall bunny update. I'm going to update you about the situation with the bunny that we got in Columbus, Ohio, early September. If you didn't see that video, I'll put the link up there. We're going to take a quick tour of the bunny barn and meet the bunnies I currently have, including a few babies and a new bunny. For real this time. Oh yeah, and there's a bunny in the leaf pile behind me. So stick around. What's up everybody? I'm Diane from Hollands. For those of you new to the channel, I raise a very small herd of Holland Lop bunnies on our Ohio family farm. I do have a handful of bunny litters throughout the year, which I carefully find responsible homes for. I'm a firm advocate for people adopting bunnies from their local shelters and rescues, and I work pretty hard to try to educate the public about the complexities and realities of bunny care. I know that some people are firmly against the breeding of any pet, and if that's the case, then I don't recommend subscribing to this channel because it's really not for you. But if you like watching videos of cute bunnies, learning about rabbit care, then I highly recommend subscribing. Now, let's get into the fall bunny update. A lot of you have been asking me for an update on Nibbles, the rabbit that we went to get in Columbus, Ohio back in early September. And it has been quite a saga, and I think we now have a somewhat happy resolution on the situation. In a nutshell, what happened was we picked her up, and I knew that she had had the bunny vaccine. That is a vaccine against Pasteurella, or snuffles, which is a highly contagious respiratory bacterial infection that rabbits can get. I didn't know that she had received her booster dose of the vaccine just 3 days prior to us picking her up, and in less than 24 hours of her being here, she started to develop some sneezing and just a mild bit of wetness on her nose. To try to make a long story short, over the next 6 weeks, we took Nibbles to my veterinarian 3 different times. She had 2 different bacterial cultures at $225 a piece. We put her on 2 different antibiotics, one of which was an injectable antibiotic that we had to inject in her for 10 days. And that was awful. I really am not good at injecting rabbits. Thankfully, my husband helped me, but even with the 2 of us holding her and injecting her, it was just such a stressful experience for all of us. What my vet believes happened is sometimes with vaccines, such as the vaccine for Pasteurella, it can really rev up the rabbit's immune system, and that happened in conjunction with moving her to a new environment, which just exacerbated the amount of stress that her body was under. All of this stress likely allowed whatever pathogens her body was keeping at bay and under control to rear their ugly heads, and that's what was causing her symptoms. Now, thankfully, it was not Pasteurella that was causing the symptoms. It was a couple of other different bacterias, and we got her better, but my vet and I both agreed that she just didn't have the makings of a breeding rabbit, potentially having some immune issues. So I contacted the breeder again, and this time she agreed to take Nibbles back. I'm really biting my tongue here, but suffice it to say, this was just a very expensive, poor investment on my part. It was about $1,000 that I put into the cost of Nibbles and all of her medical care to get her better. So I have learned some lessons from this, and in the end, I am happy that Nibbles is back with her original family where she was thriving, and my bunnies are all okay. It was stressful for me. I had Nibbles living in our garage and I was trying to be exceptionally careful about biosecurity. I didn't want to contaminate my bunnies with whatever she was battling, and thankfully they are okay. So moving onward, I do have another new bunny, and this one I have had for well over a month. I was keeping her in my husband's workshop because our garage had Nibbles in it and I didn't want to put this new bunny in with the other bunnies. So quarantine is typically around 2 weeks and I've had her over a month separated from my other bunnies. So I finally got the nerve to bring her in with them, and let's go meet her and see what other bunnies I have as well. Currently, I have 5 adult rabbits, and there are 4 babies right now, but one of them is going to be going home tomorrow. So I still have Camilla's baby. This is a little solid orange buck, and you guys gave me such great name ideas in the last video. I'm sorry to say that I still have not picked a name. I feel like I need to watch him develop more and get to know his personality more. He still likes to climb up on my arm, but I think because he's getting bigger, he's a little bit more hesitant about sitting on my shoulder than he was when he was smaller and just about a week or so ago, which is kind of sad, but he's still super nice, and I'm going to try to continue to encourage him climbing on my arm because I think that's super cute. Here is his mom, Camilla. She is a broken orange, and she will be turning 5 in about a month and a half. So she's getting up there, and she's my second oldest currently. She is so sweet, and if you could feel her, it's like marshmallows. It's like fluffy marshmallow. Hi, Cammie. I really like Camilla a lot. I have 2 other does, and I will get to them in a minute. And then over to the bucks, we have Moose. Moose is a solid opal buck. He's super chunky. He's going to turn 2 in January, so he's still pretty young. He's incredibly energetic, but as soon as I put him outside, he does not want to stay long. So he's mostly concerned about girlfriends. And here is Sunny Jim. He is so sweet and mellow. Not as interested in girlfriends as Moose, but he's quite a bit older. Would you believe that he will be turning 6 years old in just 2.5 months? He will be the oldest rabbit that I've ever had. And I've had him since he was just about 6 months old. He's my buddy. He is the sire or father of the little orange baby of Camilla's that you just saw. His baby is going crazy over here. Hi, little buddy. He's just tearing around here, binkying. This is Asher. He is a solid opal buck, little baby from Cora and Moose. You'll meet Cora here in a second. He is 9 weeks old, and we'll meet his new family tomorrow. His mom, Cora, and 2 sisters are in here. So what I've been doing since Asher and his sister and brother were going to their new homes and they needed to be weaned, they have been living out here and having free reign of the bunny barn during the day, and their mom and sisters were living in here during the day, and then at night I switch them. So these guys will be out in the bunny barn all night, and the babies who are being weaned would get to stay in here. This is one of Cora's 2 cream girls, sisters to Asher, and I'm not sure which one I'm keeping yet. I'm holding on to both for right now. The other one's down here giving herself a bath. They're both creams, like Cora. Cora, this is nap time right now. Let's see if I can wake her up. Oh, she'll wake up for treats. This is Cora. She is a solid cream doe. She's so sweet. She's very gentle when she eats oats. Her daughters are really nice too. As you will notice, the cream color on her daughter is still much lighter, and Cora's has grayed out a bit, and that is typical of the cream color. Cream is just a dilute version of orange. Sunny Jim over here, who is orange, is one gene different than the creams over here. It's one of my favorite colors. Has an orangish cast to it because it's so similar to orange, but it is a dilute color, so you will see the gray coming in as they get older. Hi, Cora. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. And you went out? Okay. She wants to come out and play with her brother, which is fine. I just have to be careful not to let Cora out with the babies who are getting weaned because I don't want to undo what we've already done, getting them more independent and not drinking milk from her. And here's the other girl. She'll come out for an oat. Who wouldn't, right? They've got their litter box out here, and when they have such a big area, they do tend to poop and pee in a lot of different places. Inside here, they do use their litter box up here, and then they have another one down there, as well as I have a nice big hay tub there that they sometimes use as a litter box as well, which is fine. You're so cute. And here is the new bunny. She came to me named Nova, and I have since renamed her Storm. There is a story behind that. So I got her home, and it was readily apparent to me that she was not being startled when people would open the doors. She was in my husband's workshop barn, and so there was an air compressor that kept coming on, and she did not even flinch, which is unusual for rabbits because they're prey animals. So I do believe she is either deaf or very hard of hearing. Now, the breeder I got her from did not disclose that to me. It wouldn't have mattered to me because I like her regardless, and it is not typically a genetic trait, so I don't think it's anything she will pass on to her offspring. What I think happened is the breeder has dozens and dozens of rabbits, and it's quite possible that she didn't even notice this girl wasn't hearing any sounds or being startled. The reason I call her Storm is that she is so loud. She is boisterous and rambunctious, and I think because she cannot hear all the noises she's making, that she just has no concerns about flinging her box, her toys, jumping down from this ramp onto the floor. She's just very loud and noisy. It's completely different from my other bunnies who, they really are pretty quiet. There she goes. She just picked up her little, nope, she flung a cup. She absolutely loves boxes. I think this is probably her 4th box, and she just shreds them and chews them, which is completely fine. That's something she can do, and it keeps her teeth trimmed. Storm is what is known as a blue-eyed white. So she has blue eyes, which are gorgeous, and white fur. This means that she carries the Vienna gene. Blue-eyed whites have 2 copies of the Vienna genes, and that's what makes them have the blue eyes and the white fur. Now, if I breed her with Moose or Sunny Jim, neither of which carries the Vienna gene, I know from their pedigree, none of their offspring will be blue-eyed white. However, they will all carry the Vienna gene. Some of the babies will express the Vienna gene with white spots or blue eyes, and others will just carry it and it will be hidden. It will just look like a normal colored rabbit with typical fur and eye color. What is nice is that I will know that all of the offspring do carry the Vienna gene because Storm has to give every single one of her offspring a copy of that. So that makes it easier for their pedigree and for record keeping. So I'm pretty excited about her. I like her personality. I don't mind at all that she is deaf. I did think about naming her Helen Keller, but I realized that was probably pretty insensitive, so we settled with Storm, and I kind of like it. I'm very thankful that after what has been a very difficult year, things are starting to look up and we're in the rebuilding phase. I still want to keep my numbers very manageable, ideally under 10, because that allows me to still give them a lot of individualized attention, which I do enjoy, and it lightens the workload a bit too. I have 3 adult does, 2 adult bucks, I know someday Sonny won't be with us anymore, so I'm still thinking about keeping his little son here, this little buck from Sonny and Camilla. Cammie's just chilling out here by her litter box. Hi, Cammie. I have Cora's 2 cream does, and I'm hoping to at least keep one. Hey, you. Cora's opal baby snuck in here when I wasn't looking. But he's not nursing on her, so he's fine in there. I'm going to make sure he comes out soon, since he's going home tomorrow. He's such a character. He's such a handsome boy. I think he's going to look a lot like his dad Moose when he's grown up. It's hard for me to part with him, but I just can't keep a lot of rabbits. I know I already have enough, right? I hope you have enjoyed this tour and update, and now it's time to let the big bunnies outside to play. So we will end on that note. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to get stung by a wasp. Today we are going to do a fall bunny update. And I'm going to get poked in the head by a tree. I thought the ground was dry because it's been nice and sunny, but it's not. Guess who has a wet tush? It's me. Anyone know how I get out of here? I don't remember where I came in at.